Hola controles, bienvenidos a su podcast El After. El de hoy tenemos un invitado muy especial, Mimis, FSI. How are you?
Hola. I'm good, my friend. You?
Oh, very happy to have you here, man.
How looks others to you?
Amazing, man.
So, we rule the land.
Yes, this is my second time here. So
Yes, you told me.
yeah, so the first time was the tourists go to Acropolis and meet some places, and now I know another part of the city. But now this
Where was the last time that you visited?
2016.
2016.
Yeah, I don't know.
You was a child then.
Yes.
So it's the first time that you're a man and you came in Athens. That's the best timing.
Yeah, something like that. Well,
To see you here.
no, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. For me, it's an honor. It's a pleasure. Yeah, well, here basically is people to know your story. How was your first approach into music, and develop all the story of FSI Events and how it went since the beginning until now. I know you have a lot of experiences. We were talking too many years, and also want to share to people how is the scene in Greece, how is to make
All right.
and everything. So you can start. How are you?
But
how you?
are you sure the people in Mexico and all around the world, they want to learn about that history? Because it's too boring for me sometimes.
No.
I have to go back, almost 25 years. When after a few years, the electronic scene started to be, to be popular without so many music genres different. So it was back in the 2000 when I started to play, for fun with the first, electronic music. We started from the island of Crete. It's a beautiful island. Around about in 2003, and almost after 2005 to 2006, we started more professionally, and we do actually almost all the kind of electronic dance events, from house, from Afro house to psychedelic trance. But if you ask me, psychedelic it's my best.
And do you remember which one was the first party that you made?
The first party that we played, but the first party with big names was with Eduardo, with Stella Nutella, with Ethnica, with Transwave. You know these names?
Very old. Yes.
Okay, that's names.
Wow. And what happened? Like that. I imagine that you started first listening to the music or going into the first event.
Actually, when we started to do the events, it was the years that the most of the names they started to play. So I had the chance to, like nowadays, to listen on YouTube, to find them in the internet. At the same time, actually, the most of the names, the first time I hear them, it was the first time that I invited them to play for us.
Oh. Yeah. So. Yeah, because you start listening, but how was that like idea to start to make parties? Like,
it started for fun actually. It was the new experience with electronic music. It started actually with Prodigy, which was Prodigy.
Yeah.
For us, I have been bored to see the guys like you with the guitar to play love songs. I love you, okay, okay. Two guys was original, but the most of the guys was so fucking fake. And the music was so fucking terrible. So when the project started, it was a revolution for us, okay, to express our feelings, to say, oh, here we are. So we fucked them all, we started to do events, to play music. And from year to year, the global scene became huger and huger with different artists, with many different styles. Because the past years, it wasn't like nowadays that we have in trance 10 different styles, or in techno another 10 different styles. What is Detroit techno, amazing sound, and also the psychedelic trance, the past, the sound of astral projection, which was a maker experience. It was actually the first trip that we ever made without drugs.
Wow, I'm very back in the old days. And you remember what was the first venue?
Actually no. I remember that it was in the beach, but I cannot remember the name. It was in the beach. It was open air. It was summer. But the first experience was with Atmos. You know Atmos?
Yes.
So Atmos with astral projection, and also we started to do, without to have a plan about that, to do events, bigger events at the Psytrance days with Armin van Buuren, with Sasa, Liquid, which they've been very famous, much more than the Psytrance in the old school progressive style.
Yeah, because I imagine, okay, because the Psytrance was back on those years, they just started, and they started to going big, and it's when the electronic music came a little bit mainstream. But I imagine, being you a promoter, you wanted always to have like parties and entertainment, since you're the main party organizer from.
Yes, actually, I started for fun, but I couldn't imagine that this is gonna be a business. And if you ask me still now, I still do it first for myself. It sounds a bit like ego, but it's not like this. It's something that I love to do.
Yeah, no, it's not ego, because it's something that you really love. You like the art, you like the music, and when you love what you do, it's not a job, because you really enjoy.
Actually, you can follow a job that you work 7 days per week, 365 days per year. If you don't love it, you cannot follow that, brother.
Oh yeah,
And
totally.
especially if you're in my position, that it's a bit rare to do all the styles.
Yeah, it's complex because you need to cover a lot.
For the others, for the third people, it sounds good that you do a lot of things, but if you do it, it's a bit harder.
Oh yeah, totally. And since you started, it started at FSI, or you have a
It was
prior?
FSI from the beginning, brother.
Okay, that's nice.
I changed my mother, I changed my father, I changed my girlfriends, I changed everyone, but I never changed my best friends and the FSI name.
Wow. And well, that's good. And can you
Because-
share what FSI stands for?
Okay, I will do an exception just for you. Okay, and believe me, I have received that question many, many times. So after 20 years, you're gonna be the first. So I got it back when I was 20 years old to believe something after 30 years. But if you ask me, I never imagined that I'm gonna do events when I was 20, that I'm gonna be a professional and do events after 25 years. But look, it happens, and I wanted to believe something for the rest of my life. So it's future, it's science and intelligence. Something that it never changed to my mind. I respect the religions, but I wanted something to respect it and believe it forever. And if you ask me, I'm still believe that.
Oh, it's good. No, then thank you so much for sharing. I feel very
Look.
honored.
It's for free.
No, thank you so much. No, you have a lot of time in this industry. Now you cover all type of events, and I imagine it started from fun. Then you saw that you really like it, and then you want to make it like more formal, like a business. Like, okay, let's make a plan. Let's make all the massive logistics and everything. And working with the big names that you have worked before, now it's completely different. When you started, you send like on that both going back on those towns, maybe send a Skype message. Hey, come to play to Greece. And how much is it? And let me send you the flights. And
Actually, much before Skype, it was another, it was me, I can remember. We started with the old school, way to find each other. But the good thing, what was? The most of the guys, there wasn't so much famous. It was a guy like me, like you, when we met for the first time. But can you imagine that after 20 years, most of them are global stars?
yeah, it's good because you started since the beginning. Like when they just start making music. And yeah, and I imagine also the other side. Some guys that you start working, they now global stars, but how many they stop already?
Actually, the half I know, they have died. I'm joking, but some of them, yes. Yeah, but it changed. Every decade, they change a lot.
Yeah, no, totally. And can you share a little bit like how is the scene in Greece? Like,
From then until now, or now? How is now?
well, when it started until now, because you have been creating the scene and maintaining it.
But it's a long story how it started. First of all, we hadn't socials. We hadn't internet, as we have now. We haven't so much info. We haven't so much a big crowd. It's totally different. It's another product. It's another thing. What happened the last 25 years in the scene, it's totally different. How it started, how was the flow, and how it's now.
Right.
I think that you have the experience.
Oh, yeah, it happens changed a lot. Well, it's just to make a radiography of how is the scene in Greece. Is it big? Is it small?
It has a lot of parts in an unstable, situation. But at the moment, the scene is very good. We don't have clubs because it's another fashion. We book big venues, stadiums, big beats.
And for example, you have issues to manage like all the permissions and everything with the government.
Everything, man, everything. Everything is totally professional. It's not like it was the past years. Okay, When we started to do events, we haven't any license. We didn't ask anyone to do anything. We just found a place and we started to book artists, to book the sounds, and to start the party. And after 25 years, it's totally opposite. We have to do everything with license, with everything.
Oh yeah, no, I understand, and it is like too difficult, like to get all the licenses, or
In my level, it's not difficult. Rather, it's something like we talk now, like I take the coffee.
oh, okay, no, that's good, that's good. Yeah, but there are some countries that they make it difficult, like to have all the licenses. But since you are doing like massive events, yeah,
It's also difficult here. It's not something different. But suppose that if you're still here, you're at that level, there are simple things.
oh yeah, totally. No, that's amazing. And can you share like when the moment where what you saw that this was something like formalizing when it stopped to being fun, like what event was that changed your mindset, like you make the party and you were like, I want to do this all my life.
Look, we have made a lot of new things for the Athens scene and for the Greek scene. For an example, something that is very, 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 very important for us, and the people know us through that, is that when we made some events, we made it in for the first time for some spots. For an example, in the old airport of Athens, in the beach, okay, which normally you couldn't make events in the beach because they don't allow you. You know, it was difficult. And most of it, they couldn't expect that we were going to have psytrance, which was more at the ground in central places, which suppose are more commercial. Another big in the world every time. So if you ask me, you know, the only thing that I would like to do new things, not just to make money. I want to do new things. Or in this place, you cannot do psychedelic. Okay, it was a reason for me, and I was there. And the next thing that left, it's Acropolis.
Wow.
I didn't make it so far, but it's the only thing that left. In the central bits of Athens, in every place of Athens, we have made events and underground events.
Wow, it would be amazing to have a party
It
like
was
that.
the only motivation for me, nothing else.
Yeah. Oh, so it's very nice that you're looking like always to new venues and everything.
First of all, I couldn't accept that, you know, Satan's music, you can play Satan's music in that commercial venue. What you say? Okay, let's see. Also in historical places all around Greece, but never in Acropolis. I know that 99% they're not going to allow us, but it's the only left. I had also that conversation with Astro Projection. I have also that conversation with famous artists, not in the area of Acropolis, in the Parthenon. I know it's impossible, but every time when we started to do something, it was impossible in the beginning.
No, and is that very good that you never had like limits? You're always like, you like to challenge yourself. Like, okay, let's give something different to the scene. Let's do it here. Let's do it there. Yeah. I think it's very. I think that mindset is amazing because many promoters they like to keep on the same venue because they already know the venue and they already know the logistics and the permissions and everything. And challenging yourself to always change.
No, sorry, that's not true. This is something that we, the promoters, say. Mm-hmm. It sounds logical, but actually it's not the truth. It's the normal, the easy, and what make for us money. That's the truth behind.
No, that's
if we want to be honest, okay. And we have the right, okay, because you do business, okay. The promoter, you know, it's a very difficult job because then the half of the production you lose money. It's not easy. You see the people, most of the people, they see that we have a lot of people in the venue and they think that we make money, but it's not like this. So they have the right to do this. But actually the truth behind that is that we try to have the same venues to make money.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, completely. But if you challenge yourself, I understand. No, and it's good. And it's also, it's good to have different points of view from the organizers and promoters. But I think the changing venues is always difficult, different cost, different everything. And not all the venues are capable of...
Especially when we don't do the events in the venues, because in the venues, you know, they made the venues for professional reasons. But when you choose outdoor venues or venues that belongs to the government, it costs a lot of time, a lot of money, many licenses, and in that you have to put an expensive ticket and have a very, very big risk. But it's a totally different result. It's another event where you do that in the central beach of Athens, in the central Athens Riviera. It's a total other thing where you do something behind the mountains. It's totally different when you do an event in Acropolis, and totally different if it's in the basement. Are you agree?
No, yeah, totally. I don't know if you can share like an experience from a different venue that you had a lot of challenges and how you fix it.
Actually, we have several examples like this in the Olympic Stadium of Athens, where we also did there the first electronic dance event in the Olympic Indoor Stadium of Athens, which also a privilege, if you understand, because after the Olympic Games and the basketball teams that they play there, and some courses, they never made, electronic dance events. And also in the Peace and Friendship Stadium, it's the second biggest stadium in Athens, where we also did the first electronic dance event. We mean dance event, not concert.
Wow.
And all the time you have challenges, problems, because it's about that they're good venues with everything, but they never had electronic dance events, so it's a bit strange for the people that they work for the stadium. Hope you understand.
Yeah, totally. All different logistics, different everything. Yeah, but well, it's amazing that you have been in the most amazing places from Athens, man. It's very, very good, man.
No, it's okay. It's good for everyone, brother. Can you imagine that the next generation, they have to find something, because the first generation that they have been started before us, where now they are 60 years old, back in the 90s. Sorry about the guys. Most of them, they're friends of mine, but they left, a burned forest.
Yeah. Maybe they're not so used or popular, and they do like.
And we don't pretend the hero, but it's our duty. How is the parents to the kids? They have to protect them and leave them something. How it works globally. Okay, this generation, fuck everything for yourself and fuck everything for the rest. Okay, so what is the most important? Actually, I'm a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. But the most necessary things is to do what it is. Do what the fuck you want to do in the music, in the culture, in everything. But at least don't be so much malakas, the most famous Greek word, and leave something for the rest, for the next generation. That's the last thing that we have to do. All the rest is easy.
Oh yeah, I understand. And you as a promoter, you know the venues, you know which places are taken care of and which ones are abandoned, and then when there's
It's not about the venues. The venues is the easy part. It's about the culture.
okay.
Do you really love that? If you really love that, you have to take care of yourself and leave something healthy for the next.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, that's the main point. We need to make something different. We need to change. We need to do something good or make things good. So, oh yeah, I fully understand. No, I haven't so much experiences. And for example, when you start making events, which ones were your references, your inspirations?
What do you mean?
Yeah, like when you get inspired, because you start like making parties with no idea. Now you have a style and you have everything work through. But when you start, it's like, well, what's your like influence for making parties at that moment?
First of all, our influences wasn't, the names that we have, because we grew up almost together. My influence, he was definitely Future Sound of London. It's the Pink Floyd of electronic dance music. You're too young to know them, but you have to know them. Kraftwerk, Aphex Twin, and Otek. I mean, from the electronica. And I still believe that until now, if you ask me, they are the gods. The human being that they create in all the stuff. It's like Pink Floyd for the music scene.
Yeah, totally. They change everything, and they have a style, and it's still legend at this moment because it's very, very amazing. No, it's good. It's also good to ask this question to people to know how it started, like before, about back in the old days, how it was.
First of all, it was, the most post-electronica. It wasn't, clear styles like techno, like trance, like, tomorrow. It was like, it's just electronica. It's music. It was from ambient until some more hardcore style, too dark.
And totally been a lot of changes.
It wasn't so clear, the styles. Yes, it started to be when, famous arts like in nowadays like astral projection. They try to have like Rajaram, like Gogil. They start to say, okay, that style, it starts a new style. It's Goa trance, for example.
Yeah.
With Richie Houghton, with all this guy, with Jeff Mills. All this is Detroit techno, and then it started to see, you know, the styles to be clear. This is techno, this is trance, this is psytrance. Because when we started, it wasn't so clear. And if you ask me, we don't have a specific style. We started as a raver, and I'm gonna die as a raver. So for me, if you ask me, it's the most stupid question and the most, you know, stupid conversation that they have. The most known well conversation is that which music style is better than the other, right? Come on, this is bullshit. Because if you are 30 years old, this does not exist. We're talking about the thing that actually does not exist. So I started as a raver, I'm still a raver, and I'm gonna die as a raver.
Yeah, no, totally. No, and as you were saying, when they started, right now, 2025, we have a lot of branches of electronic music. And even though at this moment we still have like branches from techno that shock with the side tech, for example, it's like it sounds like psytrance, but it has techno element. Now it's a side tech. So from years, they're going to change and change and change. Back in the old days, yeah, it was the Goa, and then it's the like Goa trance, and then the full-on side trance, and then the forest and speed, and then
For forest is now all this stuff.
yeah. So yeah, it's difficult to talk about genres. It's like everybody has the different proposition and the scene, and like going into just one genre is difficult because they all match, they all mix together. So that's a beautiful about music.
First of all, the most beautiful thing it's now, because if you ask me, or the old school guys like me, will have a very bad criticize about the new generation. What you hear is not good. But if you ask me, now it's a new style in they call it techno, which actually it's not techno. It looks like hard techno, but actually it's not hard techno. It's an element between, you know, the bass line of the side trance. Okay, we still do party, it doesn't matter, like it's not that fucking boring techno style or the same shit with that we hear the last 20 years in the side trance. It's an element between techno and trance, which actually for me are the best scenes. You party, you know, it's amazing. It's like Vinovich, it's like Leon Roberts. I love the style. I love it more. I know a lot of people that complain that it's not a trance, it's not a techno, but in the end of the day, the winner is the one that made the best party. And when Vinovich play, when Nastic play, when Indira Bacanato play, when Liquid Soul play, they make a party. You still trippy? It's still trippy and still party. That's the element.
Oh yeah, totally. No, music is what you like. It's like a good wine, a good beer is, you have many options. The one you like, that's the correct one.
So it's the most stupid thing that we made to ourselves to say that I listen techno. Come on, Malaka, you wake up in the morning, you have a coffee. During the day, you eat pasta. In the night, you eat a soup. So it's totally stupid to ourselves to make us believe that we only eat pasta every day, 7 days per week.
Yeah, it's a good.
Actually, you like pasta?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I invite you for dinner later.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I really like the Greek food. Yesterday, that Tassos brought me to a restaurant. I don't know the name of the place.
First of all, we have to let the guys know, your audience, that Tassos, it's a high profile. High profile is the best, not because he's my friend, but he's the best producer, DJ of the scene, and national, international Greek. And you know the story. Tassos did tell you the story.
If you give me a service, you can share.
First of all, you know, we're both from a small town, a very small town. You can imagine that Greece, it's a big country, not big like Mexico, but it's a big country. But can you imagine that it's supposed that they say that I'm the best promoter of this style, that's the best artist of this style, okay? And we born from the same place. So why have they did that? Not to pretend that here's or we did something. It's something that all the guys, even in a small village, they have to believe that they can follow the dreams.
Yeah, totally. And what's the name of the village where you're from?
For example, it's not a village, it's Thebes. It's Theba. It's 1 hour out of Athens, But it's a small town, okay. But this small town has the best promoter, the best artist of the country so far. So can you imagine that from a 5 million city like Athens or Thessaloniki, okay, Tassos is from Thebes.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so in a small village of your country, in a Mexico country with millions of people, can you imagine that the guys that they're leading the scene to be from the same place? It's something that you have to believe. You have to believe.
Oh, yeah, totally. No, and also it's an inspiration that you don't need to be from the biggest city in Greece to be successful. It doesn't matter where you come from. If you work hard and you have an idea what you want to do, you can reach great things. Like you have made the biggest parties with the biggest talents.
Yeah, but you never had a plan. You know, it's totally stupid. I don't think so that there exists. When you plan to be the best or to do the best parties, I don't think so that you can do it. Maybe yes, I don't know that. Actually, I never had a plan. Just happened. I follow what I love, and from accident. Of course, the most of the people they try to have, to make a story about that. Oh, I have an imagination. I have planned this. I have done this. This is bullshit, brother. Just happened.
Yeah, it just happened, but it's your passion, man. You're a raver. It's easy when you're a raver because you know perfectly what a raver would like. The killer sound, the deco, the lights, the good sound system, the killer talents that work on the dance floor. If you take a guy, maybe from the corporate, that he knows the A to C about an event, yeah, maybe he will know how to make the logistics, and he will make how to put the sound and the admissions and the security and the whatever. But since you are a raver and you know the music, so
Yes, but I didn't say that with a good meaning. You know what? Actually, if you ask me, it's a curse. It's not good. Because when you started to do it for yourself, it's the most magic thing, brother. Okay, you do it for yourself. Of course, I love to do that for the people, but it's totally opposite that I was imagining. There no exist anything better in life to do that for yourself and carry on just yourself, isn't it? And why it's a curse for me? Because it's from the North Pole, it's the South Pole. It's a totally opposite because you have to be responsible for the life and the entertainment of all of these people. Of course, it's a bless, but it's the totally opposite. You understand?
yes. Yeah, but I think you will follow with this course.
No, because I had the opportunity. I would love to see a lot of mimes and FSI to be an artist or a fan. That would be the best scenario for me. But when we started, and if you ask me until now, we have to find some alakis like mimes and FSI, so to do the dirt job and to be an artist or a fan and follow the party. But unfortunately, I have that opportunity. But that's the truth.
Yeah. No, but I think you have been doing things like very, very great, and like always with a mind to change and everything. No, I think it's very, very good, and it's also good to recognize your career and other things that you have done. I know maybe it's an accident, but it's a 25-year accident almost.
Yes, but the problem for me is that I still do the same. I would prefer you to be the promoter here, okay, and to be an artist or a fan, to come, to pay a ticket, and enjoy the party. Believe me, I would prefer that.
Yeah, but imagine if you stop making events, what will happen to the scene in Greece?
As I said, I used to have a lot of FSI, okay, to build the game and play the game and to be a fan. No, honestly, that's the truth. Now you will ask me what job you could make. Okay, maybe I could find a rich girl and just take some money and go and visit the festival. I want to visit the festival. I want to travel a lot. I want to travel. I want to be the fan. To go with my glasses to not know anyone. Okay, and to listen Liquid Soul, to listen Nietzsche Houghton, to feel the vibe, brother. To be just a fan. It's the most amazing thing in the world. Not to be a promoter.
Yeah, totally. Well, do you go to festivals very often?
That's the problem, because you don't have time, brother. You have to be the man to prepare and build all the things, because you do the festival, we do the events, so you hadn't time. In the past, we have time, but we hadn't money. Now, with that we we have enough money, but we don't have much time. So if you ask me what is the best, it's a mid scenario. To have as much money to for the festival in Mexico, in Brazil, in the whole Europe. And not just the Cycle Festival, every rave.
No, yeah, yeah, I fully understand. Yeah, and it's the
But unfortunately, I don't have that opportunity anymore.
yeah, no. I understand. I think it's something that happens to our age that we have more resources to go, but we don't have time because we have a lot of responsibilities and job never stops. We always working, and that's the reason we keep budget and everything. So I think it's a good thing. But yeah, I imagine the dream for everybody is like, yeah, marry a rich girl, win the lottery, and have all the time. And yeah, you can have a lagan. Like,
But even so, you should know that the most important thing that if you ask me to connect the 25 years, it's all one. The key, it's all one. Every party has the next one. So every party is coding.
yeah, yeah. And how many parties do you make a year approximately?
It's something. It's not stable, and I cannot separate because we have techno, we have rave, we have psytrance, we have trance events. So it's four, 6 parties from each style.
No, it's a lot of it's a lot of work, and because
But almost 300 parties so far, and the 200 of them professionally with international big events.
oh, you're a pretty busy guy. No, and I saw the last party that you made that Armin played and Tassos played, well, high profile play.
Actually, that was our friend's production for Primer, where I have booked artists. Also, Tas played there, Boris Brecha played there, and played there.
Yeah,
But it wasn't my production. This event, it was from our friends from Primer. It was an amazing production, where also it was an amazing thing to see my best friend, because it's a different feeling when we start together, and when I built somehow the new progressive side still, because now the old days it was the full on. You remember it was the full on. It was so much popular. So I have been boring to hear the same style, and if you ask me, I had the privilege to do bigger events than the side scenes with Liquid, with Sasa, with all the big names, with Sader Kranberg, the big names of the scene. So I was okay. But when I hear for the first time, Atmos, Astro Projection, and Sonkite, you remember the names?
Yeah,
Malaka, it was explosive. Explosive. There's something like something new for me, around about in the 2003. So then I started to bring a new style in Greece. Where all the people that they listen full on, they blame, what is this bullshit, what is that? And then we built the scene, and all these people that they listen full on, they started to listen progressive side trance. And Tasso started that period. So for me, it's amazing to see Tasso to be in the same stage with Anna Buren. It's a personal, it's a personal thing, not just to share with Tassos. It was amazing to see Tassos on the same stage with Anna Buren.
yeah, that was an amazing party, and yeah, I feel so happy.
Not just for the scene, for personal reasons.
Oh yeah, because he's a friend. You're from the same city. You go together. You have been
Because I know better than anyone else, of course, after him, how difficult is to do that. Tassi was always a professional guy, not a drug person. He's a very good worker. Because the people out of that, they think that what you do, it's easy, which is not. And even the only experience that I had for the artists, it was how is to travel, to live from Europe or from Mexico to go to Europe, to change so many flights, to take so many risks with some airlines, with some domestic flights, okay, just to play 1 hour. So when I did that, I respect much more the artists that to come on. It's very difficult with what you do.
no, yeah,
It's good to see the other side, because every time we have a very easy scenario. Okay, it's easy what he does. Okay, which actually it's not. Every job and everything, it's very, very hard if you do that, if you follow that. So after that trip with Tassos in Brazil, I respect a lot of the artists. To say so many flights, so many hours. And if you're in a good level, it's okay. But can you imagine to go with a car driver to be not my own driver, Basilis, and to scare yourself? So I'm joking, but actually it's a kind of reality.
yeah. No, that you say every work is hard, and that's the reason I start making this project. so people can explain everything, how they started, how is everything, massive logistics, massive time, because it's not just like, I want to make a party. Let me call some manager. Okay, book, pay. You go to the venue, like, hey, hello, we're going to make a party on that day. Yeah, sure. You're welcome. No, it takes too much time. Like, how much time do you take?
First of all, the way that you explain is like to play Nintendo or, to play video games. It's not like this at all, brother.
No, I know, no. For example, how long does it take you to plan a party? How many months?
First of all, it's not months, it's 1 year before. When you start the idea, it's 1 month before to find the date, okay, and the proper things that you have to do. And in our level, you cannot follow anything less. In every part, it's the best. You have to have the best light designer, the best art, the best guy for to take care of the artist, the best guy for the logistics. You have to work with the best agencies to bring the best, the most famous guys. You have to follow and do that with the best if you want to do something and be the best. Not the best for the picture, for the eyes of the others, okay? Because you have to be professional. When you do an event, you have to protect the lives. The most important thing is that you have to protect the lives of the fans, isn't it? Can you imagine, okay, let's do a party, and let's put all that thousands of people, in a place, and let's put the music on. It's not like this. I think that you have a lot of paradigms and examples, to have a big scene and the sky, to have the stage falling in front of the people. So you can imagine that it's not so easy.
No, and it had happened in different festivals that they don't protect the stage and it goes on.
Yes, but did you ever wonder how many accidents there could be, which actually they hadn't?
No, a lot.
Okay, it was a matter of luck.
Yeah. No. But if there are so many events in the world, and you can go into Instagram or TikTok and you can see the accidents, and you need to think about everything, like how it's going to be the weather, if it's going to be hot, it's going to be cold, how many people is coming, the restrooms are there enough, the food, the drinking, the access. Because if you make just a single access, people is going to complain because they want to take forever to go in. So,
in the old school days, the party was just for 500 people, 600 people, where you could control it. But the scene worldwide, okay, it became huge in every national part. Okay, so you have to take care of thousands of people, so it's not easy to control and be responsible for so many lives. So if you ask me, it's good that the governments ask a lot of license to protect what you do. It's good. Because all the time we blame why this license. It's good what they do. Because with that way, you protect yourself and your people.
Yeah, totally. That's the more important, because if something happens...
The most easy thing, brother, is the music, okay? If you know the job, you know that the best music or the best artist is the most easy thing. But the most difficult thing is to protect the people.
Oh, yeah, totally. And what are your plans for FSI events next year?
Actually, I have already finished all the event agenda until the end of September of 2026.
Oh, nice.
No, it's necessary to do that.
Oh, that's amazing. And I want to hear from you, like, you have worked with the biggest talents in the world. What tips and recommendations can you give to producers or DJs that want to go into the big scene, to do the next step?
Look, I'm not the right person to give advice because I don't like to give advice, okay? But if you ask me what I could truly advise to a guy like me if I was young, I have to be honest that I had to notice only one, the most important. If I was young in the position, to have passion and patience, okay? Because if you don't want to do something, you have to really love it. You have not to see what the others do, because it's a losing game. You try just to antagonism. You have to see what you like. Okay, it's good to have influence, but not to copy. And if you really want to be a successful guy in whatever you do, you have to do it first for yourself and what you do to be different. And what we do all the opposite. We follow the fashion, with someone did that what I mentioned, and you try to be famous or to do something to be very well known, but you cannot have success because you follow someone else. That you ask me?
Yes, yeah, no, I think they're very wise words. Even though you don't like to give advices, you have worked with the best, and you work with the best, and
Yes, but you cannot. You can work with the best, but you can. If you follow the best, you're not gonna be one of the best. Okay, you're gonna stay back. It's suppose that it's a highway. Okay, and some people they met in the same place. Okay, and in order to be there to meet people like you, it's like Greenwich. Okay, how many years he was a side transport user? Many years. Okay, but they have been there in the right position, okay, to take the new bus and be, next to the driver. So how it became, a new style.
yeah,
It was just an example. It wasn't something.
no, but it's good because how many new talents that they bring something new to the table, and they go like, wow, this is something different. It's not the same. But always, it's also difficult, like to do something different.
I use that example because they help the scene to be explosive, to be bigger. Okay, I know that lots of people that they listen to me, or maybe they will listen to me, they're going to say malakias and to complain, but that's the truth. Okay, whenever Vinci was, a normal big name of the scene, okay, I did that, the scene blow up. Are you agree?
No, totally. Yeah, I talked to Matan, and I told him, and I'm like, it's amazing what you made. It's something different. Like you brought the Psytrance to the global because the tracks were played.
Not just them, everyone. First of all, they have helped a lot the scene, some Israeli people like FM Bookings or like from Maltesa, they help a lot. I don't want to say something bad for the European agencies or for other Israel agencies, not because they're my friends, but it's the truth, okay? Since some serious guy, they get involved with the scene, like Kelleran from FM Booking, like Dima, Patrick in Maltesa, they helped a lot the scene to grow up.
No, totally, and they win something good. But I think Milivici started, and then these other guys keep it, and now you see on the mainstream. And for me, it's amazing because it's the genre that was raised with. I also love Psytrance since back in the old days. So.
Do you remember Matan and Aviram to play Sesto Sedo?
Yeah. 20.
The full order we loved. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I met Matan and Abiram in 2008 in my city. They went to play into Monterrey,
Okay.
and I meet them, and such amazing. They were just launching Key to the Universe, that album with Mysterious Ways, killer tracks from back in the old days. And I met them, and I said, wow, this is amazing. Then I started playing in 2009, and yeah, for me it's great, and I'm so happy that a lot of names that I knew back in the old days, they're playing mainstream. So for me, it's amazing. I'm so happy that they continue, and it's good, like seeing them again, like 15 years, 20 years since, 15 years since I met them. So it's amazing.
You know what's the best thing about these guys?
What?
You will expect for me to say so many other things, but I will share with you something totally different. They're still the same good people, good characters through the years, which is very difficult. It's totally when you are unknown or just a good artist of the scene, it is totally different and difficult where you are famous. Okay, so if you ask me what's the most important thing that you see that you still see in the guys, they're the same good people.
Yes. That's it. Yeah.
And I'm sorry that I cannot tell that for many others. Okay, I just didn't mention them.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We don't want to have.
It's good to say just the good things.
Always. Oh yeah, totally. No, yeah, they're very good guys, and a lot of love and success to everybody because I'm so happy for them. Well, that's amazing. I don't know, is there anything else you want to share to the audience?
Oh, it depends from you.
I know.
I'm really glad to have that conversation with others. Hope to do it again when you come. Okay. But this time to come in our part of Athens, not in the north side, okay? Because we the south, we the north.
Well,
Thank you very much, Brian.
No, thank you so much for sharing your story and sharing an overview of how the scene in Greece and everything. And you are a big character, a big player on this scene. And for me, it's an honor to have you here. And yeah, I'm looking forward to come more often. Now I can go to the center of Athens. Maybe the next party that you make at the Parthenon will be amazing.
And maybe you're going to be an artist that we are going to invite to play. You know, it's going to be Jean Cesar and Flash.
Yeah, it will be amazing, bro.
And the last thing, there's no one guy from every local scene that can make it everything by his own. In every local spot of the planet, in every country, we need a lot of good promoters, okay, to make something bigger and better. All right? Peace.
Totally. No. And I'm sure that you have a lot of local talents and other talents, and you've been a trampoline to a lot.
We need more. It's not enough.
No. That this to be an inspiration, so they can keep working. That there is a chance, and only work hard, be original, and yeah, for sure. Well, Mimis, I want to thank you so much for this interview. What is your social media? Where can people follow you?
It's in Instagram. It's FSI Events. FSI full stop Events. It's easy.
Okay.
Or just Google FSI Events. It's very easy.
Yeah, I will share your social media. So let me close the episode in Spanish. A todos los que vieron o escucharon este podcast, sigan a FSI Events, al buen Mimis en todas sus redes sociales, hace eventos increíbles acá en Grecia. Denle like y compartan para que esto siga creciendo y nos vemos en el próximo capítulo. Hasta luego.
Love you guys.